The sun burned the desert like fire. A vulture circled low above a broken wagon that leaned half-sunk in the dust. Inside the wagon, a young woman lay twisted in ropes. Her lips split, her skin the color of paper. Flies crawled along her wrists where the rope had rubbed them raw. Her breath was thin, dry, almost gone. A half-empty water skin lay near her feet, dropped maybe by the ones who tied her there. That small mercy was the only thing that kept her alive this long. Horse hooves echoed from the ridge. Jackson Reed was riding back from town, following the old trail where wagons sometimes passed. The wagon looked abandoned. One wheel cracked, the paint scorched by the sun. He was about to ride on when he heard it. A sound so faint it barely rose above the wind. Jackson swung down and walked closer, hand resting on the butt of his Colt. The smell hit him first, sweat, blood, rope. Then he saw her. A girl maybe 25, tied at the wrists and ankles, dress torn and stiff with dirt. For a second he thought she was dead. Then her eyes opened, clouded and scared, and her voice came out like a broken whisper. "I beg you, it hurts so bad." Jackson froze. The words hit him like a bullet. He cut the rope and caught her before she fell. Her body burned with fever. She tried to speak but only air came out. He lifted her into his arms. Touched water to her lips, slow, careful. She coughed, then swallowed. He laid her in the shade. Wrapped her wrists with torn pieces of his own sleeve. A silver cross hung from her neck, sticky with dried blood. As he lifted her onto his saddle, he whispered. "You're safe now, girl. Just hold on." But even he felt it. This wasn't just cruelty. It was a warning. Emily woke to the smell of coffee and smoke. Pain rushed back under her skin. "Easy now," Jackson said from near the stove. "You've been out a full day." For 2 days she drifted in and out. He fed her broth. Changed her bandages. Stayed close without saying much. On the third morning, she finally drank water without shaking. "Thank you," she whispered. "You want to tell me who did this to you?" he asked. "It was my boss," she said softly. "The Boones. Over by the river." She told him everything. The barn, the bucket, the jealousy. And being tied up and left for dead. "I didn't cry until I saw you," she said quietly. "I guess that's when it felt safe enough to hurt." Jackson went to the trough later and saw them. Fresh hoofprints. Heavy. Deliberate. Someone knew Emily was alive. Someone was coming back for her. That night the wind hit the plains hard. Emily sat by the stove, brushing her hair back. "Every time I close my eyes, I hear him," she whispered. His boots. His voice. Jackson handed her a cup. "Then don't close your eyes yet. Sit and drink." Just before dawn, the dogs started barking. Hooves. Not one horse. Several. Dust rising on the ridge. At the front rode Travis Boone. And beside him, wearing the star of Iron Creek County, Sheriff Nolan Briggs. Sheriff Briggs called out. "Jackson Reed, I hear you're keeping a woman that don't belong to you." "She belongs to herself," Jackson replied. Emily stepped into the doorway. Bruised. But steady. "I stole nothing," she said. "I was tied up and left to die." The sheriff sent his deputy to the wagon. They found the torn Boone-branded cloth. And the bloodied gag. Emily whispered. "That's mine. He used it to gag me." Sheriff Briggs turned to Travis. "You got a strange way of taking care of your help." Travis turned red, spat, and finally rode away. But his eyes promised this wasn't over. Weeks passed. Emily healed. Learned to mend fences, feed cattle, even ride alone. Jackson watched from a distance. Always near. One evening she brought him stew. He smiled. You cook better than any trail hand I ever hired. She laughed. I guess hunger makes everything taste good. You gave this place life again, he said quietly. Guess we both needed saving. Her hand slid over his. No promises. Just understanding. Next spring the valley bloomed. A cradle sat by the window now. Soft blankets folded inside. Emily hummed as she worked. Jackson stepped in from the yard. This place finally feels like home, he said. It was always home, she answered. We just had to earn it. And maybe that is the lesson buried in the dust of the West. That pain can build you. Kindness can grow in hard soil. And sometimes the people who save us are the ones who were just as lost. Now tell me. If you had ridden past that broken wagon that day, would you have stopped? If you liked this tale, hit like, share it, and subscribe to Western Echoes, where every story rides straight to the heart. See you on the next trail.